Hey there everybody, this is Joe McKeever, the education instructor here with Coldwell Banker. And today I wanted to put two systems together, two-system concept here, one using Cole Realty Resource and secondly our market leader as it relates to putting a mailer out to an area that you might be farming. So we have two great systems there. We can combine them both, and I want to show you how you can download a spreadsheet and upload that spreadsheet into Market Leader in order to make a nice flyer or mailer piece that you're sending out to a given neighborhood. So here we go. I'm going to jump into my Chrome here, and I'm going to go into the NRT gateway and plug in my login credentials here. And as you know, there's a double login process here. So I gotta do it again. And password. And here we go. All right, now once we're in the system here, I'm gonna go into, you'll look for the tile that says Cole Realty Resource. We're gonna start here so that we can upload it into our market leader system over here. All right, so we're going to start off here by clicking on Cole Realty Resource. Now this system here, as you might already know, can be a little bit finicky with putting information in. Sometimes it pops up and sometimes you're like, I know that address exists, but it doesn't always happen. So we're going to work with this here a little bit and put a property address in. So I'm going to do one that I know works. Put the address number in here. And here's what I find happens. If you space here, that's when you start to have problems within Cole Realty Resource. Keep that space out and just move on to the next piece. You'll also see on the left-hand side here, these little asterisks. They're important. They're the things that are mandatory that have to be put in. So the street name, Ridge Ave. Again, no space. Going to move on to the next bar. Going to highlight Pennsylvania. We're going to put the zip code in as 19128. Again, no space. And then I'm going to hit my search, and we're going to see one that pops up. Now it'll do its search. And here's the property right down here below. So what I'm going to do is I have an opportunity here to do a radius search, a map search, a street search. We're going to kind of take a feel for these real quick just so you get the feel for what the different pieces are just in case you're looking for something specific. So street search, if I pop this one up, it will literally give me all of the addresses directly on Ridge Avenue here. Okay, so when this pops up, oh, it's a little slow here. Like painfully slow. All right, when this pops up, you can see that I have all the Ridge Avenue addresses. So let's say I wanted to do just that street. It's a really long street. As you can see at the top here, I have 52 property addresses along that street there. So that might be all I want to do for right now, and that would cost me roughly $1 per postcard. So you're looking at like 52 bucks there for mailers. I could download this sheet if I want to, but I want to go a little bit different. I want to mix it up, get the streets from behind. So I am going to go back, hit my search again, and I'm going to do a radius search. So from here, this is a Philadelphia property, so there's a pretty highly densely populated area. So I don't need to go out more than 1/10 of a mile here, though I have the option to go out 2/10, a quarter mile, half mile, and so on. I'm really only going to try for 1/10 of a mile here. That should be plenty of properties for me to handle if I'm doing a print piece. If I was doing a call, if I was going to call around this neighborhood, I may go out to a half a mile and it give me plenty of a call sheet. But for a mailer, I'm going to do 1/10 of a mile and hit continue. When I hit continue, waiting for the response, you'll see that yielded me 152 records here. And that's pretty nice. You can see it's all broken out. I have Larston Street, I have Salinak Street, I have all the areas. It's not just the Ridge Avenue. Mitchell Street is in there, Peachin Street, so on and so forth. I have about 2 pages full of stuff. So I go down here to the bottom and I can advance on, and that'll give me the Ridge Avenue ones that were in the original list that we had earlier. Okay? The other option you have when working with this system is, if I go back one more time, hit search with the same criteria, I could do a map search. Now the map search is interesting because it allows me to either do a freeform plot or a radius plot. Freeform plotting allows me to click on this button up here, and let's say I wanted to do an area from here to here. Now I take it from here to here. That should take in that area. If I hit now at the bottom, because I know this area well enough, that's a good area I want to be in, I want to farm this whole section. If I view available prospects, that's going to give me 341 contacts in that plotted out area. Okay? And it's broken out the same way as you saw before. The last option that you have is I could hit search, map search, and I could do a radius plot. And if I click on radius plot, I can pull this here, and then I can pull this out a little bit. Say I want to pull this out here a little bit. That might give me enough too, because I really only want to spend about $150 for a mailer right now. Look at that, 153 records. So that's about perfect. So that's what I want to hold on to. So you can kind of review this, make sure your property addresses that you are looking for are in there. And when I'm happy with this, I'm going to select here where it says all records and click on all records. And now, as you see below, they're now all highlighted. Okay? Or if I don't want all records, I want to specifically pick out some, I can uncheck this and literally go down and check off the ones that I want. So I'm going to keep it at all records now for this tutorial. And then I have to, it's going to ask me, what would you like to do with your records? Well, I want to export them out. I could do labels if I wanted to. I could put them into an Excel spreadsheet, but I'm looking for a CSV format. All right? So I'm going to click on CSV, comma separated values, that's what it stands for, and click on download. You can see that it downloaded into my lower left-hand corner of my computer. I'm going to pull this open, and now I have an Excel spreadsheet that has my first name, my last name, the property addresses, and so on and so forth. I even have information about the property just the same, but that's not what's important for me right now, so I'm just going to collapse this so it's not so distracting and just use what's important for me right now. Okay? So now I have what I'm looking for, which is the property addresses so that I can put this mailer together. So that's half of what we need to do right now. I'm going to minimize this down. And I'm actually done with Call Realty Resource for the time being. So for right now, I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to open up my browser again. I should say, open up a new window, and go into my NRT gateway, which I already am, or I'm already in here over here. Sorry about that. Click on that. So here's the NRT gateway back in here. I'm going to go into the InTouch system here. Now, to do a mailer, a lot of us believe that we should go into import-export contacts. That's not the best source right now to do this. Remember, they're not contacts yet. These are just people who I'm hoping to become contacts. So instead of using this function here, I'm going to go over into the Marketing Center. And in Marketing Center, it says Mailing Lists. So if I click on Mailing List right here, I have the ability to download this mailing list template. This is the template that I will need in order to upload the Excel spreadsheet that I just downloaded into here. Okay? All right, let me make sure I have the right one down here. I'm going to get rid of this one. All right. And I still have the one that I just downloaded. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to download this template here. Now this template downloaded to my lower left-hand corner. Open this up. Now, this particular spreadsheet that I have here, some important things. The headers have to remain exactly as you see them. You can't change the format here on these headers, otherwise the market leader system won't recognize this spreadsheet and it will abort the upload. Secondly, the spacing between the columns here, I can't enhance the spacing here like that. If I do that, again, I reformatted the sheet and it won't upload. So I'm going to take that step back. It has to remain exactly like this. So for instance, this sheet could become your master sheet that you make look nice and pretty in the way you want. This sheet here that we just downloaded is simply a vehicle to upload all those contacts into the market leader system here. So now what I need to do is a copy and paste function. I'm going to open up this spreadsheet and I got to copy this entire column here. All right. I'm going to right click, hit copy, go into the first name column and hit paste. Now what I'm going to do is, see where it just pastes it? I want to paste it over here where it says match destination formatting. Not the first clipboard, this third clipboard here. Okay? So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet. I'm going to take the last names. And it's okay if you go long. It won't hurt anything. Go back to our spreadsheet. Remember, this is middle name, so I'm going to put this in the last name column here. Match destination formatting. Back to the original, and you're getting the idea here. Just make sure you stay in your columns. If you notice, I'm staying in the C column. I didn't transfer over into the D column here. Copy it. Come over here and property address. It takes the whole address. Come back to the spreadsheet. Philadelphia. Copy it. Paste it in here. Third clipboard. I know this seems tedious, but remember that both systems are incredibly finicky. And as such, you have to just follow a sequence of steps in order to make this work. Copy it. State. Paste it. And the zip code finally. Copy it. And come back to this. Finally put our zip in. Now if you notice here, they're also asking for country. You have to put the country in here. It's an expected field. So we're just going to put in here USA. We have friends that live outside the country, so the system wants to know that. So I'm going to put USA in here. And then in this corner here, see this little square in the corner? When I highlight it, I'm just going to drag that square all the way down. And it repopulates all that USA, so I don't have to do that over and over. Okay, so now I have my spreadsheet. Before I upload this into the system, though, I have to scrub it because it's expecting all of the fields that you're uploading to have a first name, last name, and a property address. So do you see where it says like occupant unknown? I have to go in here, and I'm simply just going to delete them out of my system right now because I don't have their name. And I believe on the postcards, it's going to put their name on there. So it doesn't want to say occupant unknown on there. It'll sound very generic. So I'm just going to delete these lines out. And there's just a few of them. So I'm just going to scrub this sheet here real quick. Here's just a few more. Going to highlight line 41 and delete it all together. Going to highlight 47, delete it all together. A few more here at the bottom. Delete them. Delete them. Here we go. And one more. Excellent. So now I'll just do a final check here. Oh, a few more down here. So you have to scrub these sheets. That's why it's best to do something that's manageable than to do like, 400 of these. Not that you can't, it's just that this is a little easier. All right, so I'm just do a little quick check over, make sure they're all full. All right, looks good. All right, so now I'm going to go up to the top here, hit File, Save As, and I'm going to put this on my desktop so that I can find it. So I'm going to hit Browse, and I'm going to slide my cursor up here, or my slide bar, hit Desktop. And I don't have a folder yet. This is a Roxborough property, so I'm going to click on New Folder, and I'm going to name this one Roxborough, or just Rocks for now. Rocks. Okay, so my folder's in there. I'm going to open the folder up, and I'm going to label this as Upload 1. Hit Save, and that's in there. Now I got to X out of this file. So before I do that, I just want to make sure everything's in there, that I didn't accidentally miss something. So I'm going to minimize everything here real fast. And there's my Roxborough folder that I just created. And if I open it up, there's my upload that I just put in the system. So I'm good and safe. Now I can close out this sheet. All right. So X out of that. Now I need to go back into my market leader system here and upload this template into the system, or this spreadsheet into the system. So as it says here, upload mailing list. I'm going to click on that, and you can either drag it or select the file. So I'm going to go to my desktop, scroll down to Roxborough, or Rocks. There it is here. Open that up. Here's my upload. It's attached. We're going to click the upload button, and there it is. So the mailing list name is Upload 1. And here, now, just so that I can remember what I'm doing, I got 141 recipients. I did it today, but I'm going to rename this so that I remember what I'm doing with this. This is going to be ROXROUGH, Roxborough Mailer. Okay, I'm going to hit Save. And now I have it remembered here. So now I have to go back and create the piece. So I'm going to go back into the Marketing Center. And remember, I want to do a print piece. So I'm going to go to my Print Marketing tile here. Click on this. And I'm going to just do a Just Listed card because I have a great new listing in that neighborhood that I want to showcase to everyone. So I'm going to do just this Just Listed card. There's better ones out there, but certainly you can tweak this. Now, if this actually was a real listing for me, I would, in this box here, start to populate the property address by 5336 Ridge Avenue. And as I put it in here, it would populate down here. I could select it from the menu, and this whole postcard here will turn over to the information that I uploaded it into my MLS. Being that I don't have that, and for tutorial purposes here, we're just going to leave it as we see here. But I still have to personalize this. So I'm going to click on Personalize. I like the way this is. So I'm going to hit Save. I'm going to rename it from Blue Wave to, I did this earlier, so I'm going to name it ROX2, Roxborough 2. The second time I've done this one. Hit Save. And it's now saved in my Design Center. I click OK, and I hit Exit. Now keep in mind, I would have spent time designing this to make this card the way I want. I have two choices right now. I can either download this to a PDF and take it to a print company, or I can proceed with the system and add those mailing addresses that I just uploaded into the system to all the cards here. So I'm going to click on this button, and you can see I can either pull property addresses from my contacts or a mailing list that I created. Well, keep in mind, these people who I'm trying to target right now and farm to are not contacts yet. So I'm going to my mailing list and select the mailing list. And there's that Roxborough mailer that we just created. I'm going to click on that and hit Continue. Now here's what's nice. I can choose another mailing address if I wanted to and add, maybe do another neighborhood nearby and promote that as well. But I'm going to leave it at this for right now. It lets me know I have 141 addresses. It's going to cost me $119. in order to send these postcards out, okay? And it has an opportunity here where I can change up to, UV code it and so on and so forth. You do as you please. After this point, I click Add to Cart, and it's a checkout just like anything you would do on Amazon or any other site that you're ordering things on. You would just follow the prompts for the checkout process, give your credit card information, and go from there. So I hope this tutorial helped. It's not that difficult to upload information from Cole Realty Resource, okay? Save it as a CSV and upload it into the system. It should be relatively easy. I will add one final step here. If you're a Mac user, when saving your system here, when you're saving this information here, if you were to save this, let's see, save as, you may want to drop this menu right here. And I don't have it in here, but you would save it as a Windows CSV. You're going to look in this drop-down menu for a Windows CSV. Click on that, and that will convert it over into a format that is read by the market leader system there. So remember, for Mac users, when you're trying to save something like save as is, so if this was the file that I was going to save, I would open this up, click File, Save As, and in this lower menu here, I would drop here, and I would click on Windows CSV versus the Mac CSV version, okay? And that might help get you through some glitches that you may run into if you're a Mac user. Otherwise, Mac users, it's virtually the exact same process there, okay? So I hope this was helpful. Feel free to write me back if need be, or call me. I'd be happy to answer any more questions on this. My email address is letter J, McKeever, MCKEE, V as in Victor, ER, at cbpref.com. All right. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Take care. See ya.